Hello everyone! Today I am going to share with you how to make this really cute Gumball shaker card. There are lots of elements on this card. Not only is it a shaker card, it has a really cool little dome here with all those shaker bits in it, but the little dial here also turns, and then the little Gumball machine slot actually pops up. So there are so many little interactive elements to this super fun bundle. I wanted to show you guys how I made this card and so you guys can make it yourself. It is such a fun bundle. Now, this is what the bundle looks like. This is the Gumball Greetings bundle. And there are, like I said, so many different elements to it. Now, the dies will cut out the specific shapes. So if you wanted to stamp and color it, the dies will cut that out, and it also cuts out this little shape. And then all of these little fillers, it'll cut out as well, even the little coin. So there are lots of ways that you can really build this up, but I'm going to show you how to use all of the dies to create this amazing, really realistic Gumball shaker card. All right, now before we get started, I do want to mention that because this has a shaker dome on it, it is going to be really thick. I don't know if you can see that. It's super thick, so you might want to be aware that this will require a little bit of extra postage if you are mailing it. Okay, let's get started. Now this one I made with Poppy Parade, and I used the pattern Party DSP on this one. For the card we're going to make today, I'm actually going to do it in Gorgeous Grape, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But we're going to make a purple Gumball machine. So this one was posted on my blog a couple weeks ago, and I said if anybody wanted to learn how to make the Gumball shaker, let me know. And so I thought I'd do a quick video showing you how to do it. So we're going to do that with a purple card. Now, for my Gumball machine on this card, let me find it. Oh, no, I should have been more prepared. Here it is. No, that's not it. I should have grabbed it. I am using, here it is. This is our Ombre specialty paper. Let me pull this in. This is in our annual catalog, and it comes in 4 different shades. There's a shade of yellow, blue, red, and purple. So you can see them in there. And let me grab this purple sheet out so you can see how it goes from dark to light, or from light to dark, however you want to look at it. But you get 4 sheets of that. So I did one in red, and I thought, let's mix it up a little bit. We'll make a purple Gumball machine. And so instead of using the pattern Party DSP, we're still using one piece of it. We're still using that gingham pattern. But I'm going to pull out this is from the mini catalog. This is the Sweet Talk DSP in the mini catalog. I love this Highland Heather stripe, so we're going to pull that out. So my DSP pieces, and we're going to attach these right away so we don't have to worry about them. So my card base is just, it's 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then we're going to attach these pieces. This is the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper in the mini catalog. And we're going to attach that a little bit at an angle, a little bit wonky. This one, again, it was from the Pattern Party. This gingham piece is from the Pattern Party as well. This is the big host pack in our annual catalog. And already, I love that. So we're just going to get a few pieces out of the way so we don't have to worry about them. So we're going to set this aside, and we're actually going to do all of our die cutting next. So let me move this aside. We're going to need our die cutting machine in just a minute. Now I already have a couple pieces of that Ombre specialty paper. It has like a glittery shine to it, but it's really fun. It's such fun paper. I really hope it carries over. I'm not sure if it will. Now on this piece, I'm going to put some of our adhesive sheets on the back of it. So you just cut a piece that's about the size of the piece you want to use. Cut a piece of adhesive sheets. It's about the size of the cardstock you want to use. And I'm going to put that on there. Now, when we die cut, this will become like a sticker. It'll make it easy to put on, and we're going to use that for all of our little detail pieces. All right, I also have a piece. This is a piece from the brushed metallic cardstock. This is in the online store only. It's not in a catalog, but you can purchase it. It's in the online store. And we're going to do all of our die cutting. You can use silver foil. I, for the life of me, cannot find my silver foil. I am positive I have some, but I cannot find it. So we're just going to use some champagne gold. All right, now we're going to do some die cutting. So this is like the base of the Gumball machine. And if you were to stamp it, let me pull my stamp up to it. If you were to stamp it, this is the piece that would also cut that stamp piece out. We're going to die cut that from this piece. We don't need the adhesive sheets on the back. This is the big detail piece. We want the adhesive sheets on the back of that. Now all these little tiny pieces, this is like the bottom of the machine, And then these two pieces, these are for the top of the machine. These little teeny tiny dies we want cut out with that adhesive sheet backing. All right, we're also going to cut out our little metallic piece, as well as the spinner and the little top of our machine out of the other piece that does not have the adhesive backing. All right, we are going to use this die, but we're going to come back to that one in just a second. So let me put these away, and we're going to pull in our cut and emboss machine. And we're going to put this one off to the side. We're going to use this one, but not quite yet. So let me pull in my cut and emboss machine. We'll put these off to the side for a second. All of these dies will fit in your mini cut and emboss machine, but I want to run it all through in one pass. So we're going to use the big cut and emboss machine. All right, so you're going to need a platform, two, and let me see if I can find some plates. Hold on. All right. My plates are so beat up, so I'm going to grab some new plates. All right, this one, and then we're going to stick all of our pieces. We're going to be able to cut all of these all at once. So let's stick this on here. Make sure all of our pieces are on here. This is the one with our adhesive sheet. So we want to make sure those all get covered with adhesive. And then our little metallic piece. This one goes right on there, just like that. All right, we're going to run this through. Get that beautiful clean plate. Perfect plate. All right, and we're going to cut all of these pieces. And I've never had problem cutting with that specialty paper. So I normally only need to run it through once. If you have problems, you can run it back through another time. But let's take all these pieces out. Let me put all these dies off to the side. Put my plate away. See all of the beautiful texture on there? Isn't that gorgeous? There's so many details printed on there. Put this off to the side. Get rid of our scrap. Now this is the bottom of the machine, so it die cut that little flap, and there's also a little coin slot that it die cut too. It's so cute. This bundle is so well thought out. It just blows my mind how well thought out this is. All right, now I'm gonna just pick up this whole piece and just put it off to the side. I don't want to lose any of those dies, especially those little teeny tiny ones. So we'll deal with those when we get to them. All right, let's do some of our stamping, and then we'll do some more die cutting. So our machine is going to come up about right here. And so I want to stamp the little jar detail. And so I'm going to do that in Memento. Now, when you're looking at the stamp, and I hope that the camera's going to pick this up. Let me find my take your pick tool. The stamp has these little, let me show you on the case. There's like these little feet that kind of swirl out. That is the bottom. You can see the top does not have those little feet. The top just kind of cuts right off. The bottom kind of goes down and then out. This is the bottom. So when you're stamping that, just make sure you're aware that those little feet are going to go out toward the bottom. So just kind of position where you want your gumball machine to go. And then we're going to just kind of line this up right over that and stamp that down. Okay, just like that. Now, while we have our ink out, I'm going to stamp our greeting. I'm just using the I choose you greeting, and then we'll set this aside to dry. I'm just using black Memento for this too. You could use any color you want. You know, I don't like the way that the U stamped on that. So let's try it again. Much better. All right, that's all of the stamping we're going to do on this. I'll put my ink away so we don't get all inky. I do have a dark Pool Party Stampin' Blend, and all I'm going to do is just kind of outline the jar there. This isn't going to show much, especially once we get our shaker bits in there, but I want to just give it a little bit of highlight so when you're shaking it around, it is there. And if you didn't add the shaker pieces to it, then this would be good to have, you know, to give it some color. All right, now the die you want to make notice on the die, just like we made note on the stamp, the die you also want to make notice. There is a short side and a long side. So the long side goes on the bottom. There is a top and a bottom to this die. You might not look at it at first glance, but there is a top and a bottom. So you just want to make sure that you line up that top and the bottom. And I'm going to use some Post-it tape to hold this down because I do not want this to move. We're going to get our die cutting machine back out. So grab our plates. You could use your mini one again. I guess we couldn't really have done this first because we needed that bottom piece. All right, so we're gonna run this through the same way. And we're gonna save both pieces. We need both pieces. So I'm gonna get this. Let me grab my piece out of here. Carefully peel off that Post-it tape. Let's see. So we want to keep both pieces, the stamped piece and the negative piece, because we're going to use them both. So let me pull off that Post-it tape carefully off both pieces. All right, so now we are ready to start putting our entire shaker together. So I'm going to put that die away. All right, let's start with the bottom piece. We're going to add all the details to all of our pieces. So I'm going to pop this out. Remember, we use the adhesive sheets, so this little negative piece, we can take out all of these pieces. If you were using cardstock, we're using this specialty paper, but if you were using cardstock, you could use your blending brush or a Stampin' blends to add even more texture to these pieces, a little bit more shading. All right, this just lines up right across the top, and it'll just go right along the bottom there. And we've cut it out of a little bit darker piece of that specialty paper, so it's going to give a little bit of different texture to it. Now we have this long piece here. This is this die cut. And this goes right along the bottom. Taking off these little backings is the hardest part. This really is such a well-designed die set. I'm really impressed with it. So that just goes right along the bottom. And really our base is pretty much almost done at this point. Put this die away. All right, we're gonna work on our lid here for our machine. So this piece right here, this goes on the bottom of the lid. So just put that on just right across the bottom, just like that. And then there's this little teeny tiny piece, this little teeny one, and that one actually goes right across the top. So it is a little bit fiddly, but it's so cute when it's put together. All right, so that is all of our specialty pieces. I don't want to get any of those dies lost. All right, now we have these two little metallic pieces, and I am going to bring out my Stampin' Pierce mat and my Take Your Pick tool, and I am just going to poke a hole right in the middle of there. And this one already has a hole die cut. It die cuts it. All right, let me move this out of the way. And I'm going to use a brad. I think maybe I'll use a white brad this time. So this is our square and round brads. These are in our annual catalog. You get a ton, and they come in 2 different sizes. They come in squares and rounds, and then they come in black and white. So we're going to use a white one. I used a black one for this one, but we're going to use a white one for this one. And all I'm going to do is just put this through to attach that little spinner, and then you just open the brad legs at the back. Maybe. There we go. And your little turny thing, I don't know what you call that, the turny thing will spin. It's so cute. It's so fun and interactive. All right, let's get this on. I need some dimensionals. This one I want to pop up on dimensionals. So just going to stick a few on there. And then we'll stick our metal piece to the front. There is a coin slot on here, so you want to make sure the coin slot goes up. And that goes right on there, just like that. So that is our bottom piece all put together and our top piece all put together. And we have our actual frame piece and then the back of our shaker piece. All right, so the next step is our shaker domes. So these are also in the mini catalog. And you're just going to take one of these out, and I love how brilliantly these are designed. There's adhesive on the front and the back, so all you're doing is adhering stuff down. So grab that Take Your Pick tool again. Get the adhesive off the front of this one. The backing should just peel right off, just like that. So it's sticky on the front, and we're gonna stick this in through the back. Now you do wanna make note again, there's a top and a bottom. The top has the short side, the bottom has the long side. So flip your cardstock over, although at this point it doesn't really matter which is the front and which is the back. And you're just going to stick that right into your little die cut window. Perfect. All right, let's assemble. We're going to assemble these on here first. Oh my gosh, this purple machine is so cute. So we're going to stick these on. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of liquid glue just to make sure they are nice and secure, and it'll give us a little bit of time to move them right into place. It's just a little bit of liquid glue. This is going to go right up against that shaker dome. Just kind of make sure that it's nice and centered. Press that down, and we'll do the same with our lid. You guys will have to let me know in the comments, do you like the gorgeous Grape machine or the Poppy Parade machine? I didn't think I would like this purple one as much as I do, but I think this purple one is really, really cute. All right, so there's our little shaker machine. Now we're gonna flip it over and we are going to fill it. In the mini catalog, there are these frosted bead assortments, and they are like little mini gumballs. Now you get a ton in this little package. I think it's like 900 or something. Yes, that's quantity 900. So there are a ton. You can make a lot of shaker cards. Okay, so I'm just going to carefully grab a few pinches. These little balls will roll all over the place. Ask me how I know. So you just want to be very careful, and you want to just fill it up. I don't know, maybe one more pinch. You want to make sure there's enough in there to shake around, but you don't want to overfill it. All right, and make sure the lid is on that nice and good. Right now we're going to peel off the back of that shaker dome piece, and we're just going to flip this over so the colored side is down. Make sure you have it right side up, small, long, and we're just going to kind of put that on. Now it's not going to cover the entire, whoops, I need to cover that a little better. Let me see if I can pull that up. It's not going to cover the entire shaker dome adhesive part, but you just want to kind of cover the whole part. I don't know that I'm not gonna be able to take it up. Okay, that's okay, because we're gonna put this on a backing right away. All right, I'm gonna use some more of my liquid glue because I want this a nice firm hold. It's a little bit in each corners. I am almost out of this glue. I need to get another bottle out. All right, come on, just a little more. I squirted it all over my hand, so. All right, I think it might be done. All right, I have a piece of gorgeous grape, and I will make sure the measurements are listed on my blog. And this is just gonna go right onto our piece of gorgeous grape, just like that. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Hey, I have to grab a baby wipe real quick. I have glue all over my hands. More glue on my hands than on the card, I think. All right. I don't want to stick to everything as we continue on. All right. Isn't it adorable? And when you shake it, you can see that stamp detail in the back. So it just adds a little bit of extra. But it is so cute. So that's the hard part done, you guys. We are in this easy stretch now. We're going to stick this onto the card with dimensionals. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. You want to make sure you are generous with your dimensionals with this, because this is a heavy piece with that shaker dome and those shaker pieces, so don't skimp on the dimensionals. I always am generous with dimensionals. They are my favorite adhesive. Don't skimp on them. And then this, I'm just going to put a little bit at an angle, kind of to match that DSP underneath. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. All right, there's our greeting. Just a few more finishing touches. I am actually just going to kind of hand cut this greeting. I just want these words cut out. Kind of like a ransom note, but a cute ransom note. Okay. And I'm not sure how I'm going to adhere these down. I guess I'll use glue dots maybe, because my liquid glue you guys saw is pretty much gone. I do love our Tombow glue though. It is the best. All right, now for the eye, I'm just going to give it a little bit of extra. I'm not going to cut as close to this word as the other words, just because it's so tiny. All right, let me get my glue dots. And I'm going to start with the U on the bottom. So I will just stick a glue dot on the back of that. And I'm going to stick that down. And if you put this greeting on a little bit crooked, that's okay, because we specifically cut it out just to give it some extra texture here. I choose you. It is so cute. All right. And the eye goes on there just like that. And then finishing touch, I have a little bow that I have tied with our black and white gingham ribbon. And I'm just going to stick that right onto the cardstock there so it looks like it's tied around the Gumball machine. And that is our finished shaker card. So it's not too complicated. There are quite a few steps, and those little pieces do get a little bit finicky. If you don't want to deal with those little tiny pieces, remember you can just stamp the image, color it, and then just die cut it with that larger image. And you can do the same with the lid too, so you don't have to go as detailed with those little tiny dies. But I think that this is such a fun and well-designed bundle. So you'll have to tell me which one you like. You like the red or the purple? And if you need to shop for any supplies, head to my online store. This is my February host code. This will post on the last day of February, on February 28th. So make sure to check my blog or my social media pages for the March host code if you're purchasing this in March. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fantastic day, and I hope I see you again. Bye.